Hey, Rob. Jeff Hoffman was just in here, and he said when he threw BP to Bryce this year, that was his World Series at the time. How much of that at the time was you guys wanting to get a look at Hoffman while throwing to Bryce, and how much was just you liked what you saw?
Yeah, so prior to that, I think Hoffy had an out from whatever the club he was, so we picked up the contract. And the stuff was good, and Brian Kaplan, our assistant pitching coach, said, you know, we're going through this rehab stuff with Harp, so we're sort of bringing spring training to Harp with these pitchers that we're bringing in. And Brian suggested that we bring Hoffman in just to get a look at him. And he came in, and he was 97, just what we're seeing now, 97, 98. Really good slider. Harp said he was filthy, and consequently, Jeff had another out from us like maybe a week later, and so we brought him up instead of him taking the out, and he's been really, really good.
Howard in the front on the left.
I know you spoke about Craig Kimbrell yesterday. Then you said you were going to speak to your pitching coach. Yeah, I'm trying to be delicate with this question.
Please be delicate.
Okay. You know I always am. Why would he be in a late inning situation with the way he's pitched probably for the last couple of months?
Well, it's not necessarily going to be a late inning situation. So we'll see how the game works out, and I would like to give him a little bit of a breather. Not necessarily not pitch him, but just give him a little lower leverage situation. But I trust Craig, and we wouldn't be sitting here probably if we didn't have him, especially when Alvarado was down for that time. So I think the stuff is still there. It's just, you know, he's got to throw strikes and power the ball through the zone. And they worked on a couple things in the last couple of days. So hopefully it helps.
So are you comfortable or uncomfortable in late inning situations with Craig?
Oh, I'm fine with him, but I'd just like to give him a little bit of a lower leverage situation if we can. Sometimes the game just doesn't work out that way, but if we can, we would.
A few more for Rob. Third row on the left.
You were delicate, by the way. That was good.
Hey, Rob. You know, we were talking to Tori a little bit about Alek Thomas and his development. I mean, you look at the home runs the last couple of games. You know, one came on a sweeper away, and other one's on a fastball in. Just wondering if you're seeing anything in video that you recognize as a hitter who's developing, or something that he's doing different here in the postseason. Yeah,
we saw him last year and this year, and he's a much more physical guy this year. So obviously he's done a lot of work. So. You know, he does have kind of a home run swing, but because of the strength that he's added over the year, by what it looks like from me, you know, he impacts the ball a lot better. So he's a really good athlete, and he's got that combination of power and speed that you know, makes him a really good player.
And just in terms of the experience, now you've been out to Arizona, back here, how big of a difference do you notice between just the atmospheres in these two stadiums?
Well, I'm not going to compare the two, but I will tell you this. The atmosphere here is the best atmosphere I've ever been around.
On the right side in the middle.
Hey, Rob. What have you seen from Marsh the last few games? It seems like he's come up with some big at-bats, including against lefties. And how big is that when you're getting that out of the
Yeah, it's huge because of the Schwarber leadoff thing, right? So he's hitting right in front of Schwarber. So him getting on base and giving Schwarber a chance to drive runs in is great. So not chasing, using the entire field, stuff I've talked about all year. When he does that, he's a good hitter, and then he gets on base. And I know Rojas is going through a little bit of a tough time, but he's had pretty good at-bats lately. If those guys get on base for Schwarber, then we're going to be in a pretty good spot.
Standing up on the left side.
Hey, Rob, going back to Hoffman, his role has kind of developed over the course of the entire season. At what point if you could think back, did you sit there and say, yeah, this is a guy we can go high leverage late in the game, get the big outs, be the fireman that we need him to be, that he's been for you here in the playoffs?
Yeah, I don't know what the exact date was, but, you know, we sort of eased him into this thing. When we first came up, we were putting him in low leverage, 5th, 6th inning type stuff. And then it graduated to maybe the 6th or 7th. Then it graduated to dirty innings, and then going back out and finishing that inning off. And now it's to the point where I'm comfortable using him in any inning, including the 9th right now. We have to watch his workload. I want to make sure he's okay today because he's pitched 3 out of 4, 4 to 5, 4 to 5, 4 to 6 right now. So, yeah, I have the way he's throwing the ball right now. I mean, what a great pickup, number one, by our front office, and the development of the split to get left-handers off him a little bit. So hats off to our pitching coaches and Jeff, but he's a huge piece of this. And you know, just like Kimbrel, I'm not really sure where we'd be without him.
Down here in the front.
Hey, Rob, you guys have talked about when you're up in a series, when you're up in a game, keeping your foot on the pedal, not letting it up. The other day you talked about coming here, finishing the job. As you're in the driver's seat, 3-2, with tonight, potentially tomorrow at home, what's the vibe of the team right now? What's the mentality of the team right now?
Really no different than any other day, to tell you the truth. I think they know what's at hand, and they know what they're supposed to do, and that is put their foot on the pedal, go after these guys, put pressure on them. But I don't think they're overconfident. I don't think they're anything other than they normally are on any other given day. They're complete pros and pretty experienced at this.
Any last ones for Rob? Take one more on the left side.
Rob, when you're in a dugout and you see Kyle Schwarber hit a ball like he did the other day in Arizona, you seem like a pretty even-keeled guy, but do you ever like recoil, or do you ever make like a sound or something when he hits a home run like that?
A sound?
A noise or something?
It's pretty impressive. You know, it's the ball he hit off of Darvish last year in San Diego was just, I mean, I don't think I could have made a sound because I was in such awe. But yeah, it excites you because it's something you don't see it every day. And then 2 batters later, Bryce does essentially the same thing. So we got a couple of guys that will, you know, we got a couple of guys that you want to be in your seat watching the game when they come to the plate.
Take one last one on the left side in the middle.
Rob, you have a 25-year-old bat boy who's been through a lot. He's teaming up with Liam now to raise money for charity. What exactly, if he has any roles beyond just being the bat boy, I guess, what's he like? What's it like to have him around the team?
Adam is a great, well, he's a man. I think of him as a kid, but he's 25 years old, as you said, and he is a great bat boy. He's a great guy. He's been through a lot. He's fought through a lot, so he's tough and he's resilient, much like our team. The hustle he brings to the game, you know, just go and get bats, go and get in foul balls. There's some energy there, and I think, you know, to a certain degree, players pick up on that, you know, and I just love having him around. It was probably a month left in the season, and we decided to start taking him on the road, because usually when you go on the road, the home team provides bat boys for you, but we thought, well, he just does such a great job that let's just bring him with us, and he's been a good luck charm.